Great Pokemon sound, though, as the water gun is finishing. We hear.
Is that your Nixon impression again?
Poliwrath is not a crook.
Beautiful. He wasn't involved in water type gate.
Oh, very good.
Welcome to the Deep Dark Dungeon, folks. It's the bondage episode of Kill A Delibird. Everything's tied together, tied up. That's the theme of this. Elastic bands on your face, ropes everywhere, leather whips. Let's go. Kill A Delibird, the Pokemon Rewatch podcast with Graham and Kellan. I'm Graham, the one who says weird stuff. I like to think that I'm a bit of like the Kramer of the podcast. And Kellan, of course, keeps things afloat. He is every other character. He is the one who knows things about Pokemon. Kellan, how you doing?
What's the deal with Pikachu? Wow.
He doesn't
Kramer?
peek at you.
He doesn't chew. So what's he supposed to do? Wow.
You know what my favorite one of those bits is? Jerry Seinfeld bits is the, like, from the That's Gold Jerry meme where he goes, the glass is round, the container's round. Why don't they call it round, teen? Because that's such a bad joke.
Yeah, he's trying to give the guy terrible jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's gold, Jerry.
The glass is round, the bottle's round. Why don't they call it round, teen?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Oh, no, I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm tired, but I'm fine.
Gotcha. We should probably explain why I called it the bondage episode.
No, that's fine. I don't think we need context.
We're going to leave that linger?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, that was really a cue. Do you want to introduce what episodes we're reviewing?
Yeah, today we're looking at episode 106, Bound for Trouble, and episode 107, Charizard Chills. And Graham, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah?
I watched these episodes, and honestly, I thought that they were just amazing. These are fucking great episodes.
Oh, wow. I actually had a real life anime sweat drop during that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? These are bangers.
These are bangers.
This is like the best Pokemon has to offer so far.
This might be, in terms of the chunks that we watch at a time, this might be the best week of episodes we've had so far.
It's up there
at least
with the Tower of Terror weeks in terms of coupling a good plot episode with an absolutely hilarious episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that
right?
is true.
It's
the Sabrina week was good. There have been some other good weeks, like the League stuff was very good.
Yeah,
but this as a duo of disconnected episodes are wonderful.
Yeah, it hits the point. It hits the high notes of two very different types of Pokemon episodes, but each sort of the cream of the crop of their own subgenre. That being the more like Saturday morning cartoon episode, and then the one that's more about like Ash's character and his connection with his Pokemon. Like we could call that like a plot episode.
Yeah.
Both bangers. Yeah.
Yeah. One is, I mean, let's be real, filler, but it's very funny filler. And the other has actual lasting implications moving forward. So it's going to be nice to see.
And so the filler one that's full of it fills me up, gets me going. Bound for Trouble.
Fills me with joy.
That's the bondage episode. Is Joy even in it? I don't think so.
No.
Or Jenny. But it's, it's a perfect Saturday morning cartoon episode. And I knew as soon as I saw the thumbnail and the title, I was like, that's going to be fucking awesome.
Speaking of Joy and Jenny, it made me think of this. I just want to talk about it real quick. Going into this podcast, I thought Joy and Jenny showed up way more than they do.
Oh, really? Like, you thought they were like every episode?
I remembered them being like every episode, every other episode maybe. But no, they're just every few episodes, every handful. Just throw them in every once in a while.
And sometimes they're just like, they're heavier and sometimes they're lighter, you know?
Yeah.
I really think of them as salt and pepper. And you know, when you have a meat-heavy dish, you can use a lot of salt, right? So sometimes it'll show up more. Same with if you're basing it around peppercorns, a nice peppercorn sauce. That's the League episode where there's Jennies everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also have this light dusting where Joy just pops up and is like, your Pokemon are healed. And then that's it.
Are you hungry? Is that where this is coming from?
No, I ate already.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I made a really good dish that I don't know how to describe because the recipe is like the most generic title ever. It was titled Middle Eastern Stew. Like, okay, I don't know how to describe what this dish is, but it was like a steak and kidney bean stew with tomato sauce over rice. And it was pretty freaking good.
Kidney beans can fuck off.
You don't like kidney beans?
Kidney beans are nasty.
I don't understand disliking ingredients. If it's like a normalized ingredient, I like them all. Like you can do all kinds of things with everything. You're holding yourself back, man.
Nah, most beans are disgusting. It's a texture thing.
Okay, that is what picky people say. It's a texture thing.
It is.
I really care about textures. Well, like, wouldn't you like more textures then? I like a lot of textures.
No, it's mushy and grainy. No, not fun. Don't
But
like
I could make a bean dish you would like.
No. I like green beans and stuff. Like green
Well, that's
beans, yellow
different.
beans. Those kind of beans I like.
Yeah.
But your baked beans, black beans, pinto beans, no, not doing it.
You're ruling out so many good kinds of food with that.
And I'm fine with that.
You ever had refried beans? You ever had bean tacos?
I don't like fried beans. Cooking them again is not going to do anything for me.
That's okay. Good joke. Yeah. All right. We got to move on with that joke.
Yeah, what's going on?
Because I'm fried and refried myself after that one.
Yeah.
What's going on? Well, we can get right into it, actually. This week, I have a list, like usual at this point.
Yes.
And it's really inspired by episode 106, Bound for Trouble. I really like this cliche where the two characters that are diametrically opposed are tied together and need to work for
Literally
mutual survival, right? They need to cooperate in a way, and usually they're enemies. I like that theme, right?
Yes.
So I came up with the top 10 pairs that should be tied together for a beautiful Saturday morning cartoon adventure. You want to hear them?
All right, hit it.
Well, number 10, let's get it out of the way. We got to pay our comedy taxes, right? Trump and Hillary. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Number 9.
Yeah, that'd be great. Fine. Godzilla and King Kong. Imagine the destruction. It's like the movie they made, but they're tied together and they're having to fight all the other monsters. Mothra, Gigadra, the other ones, Mechagodzilla. And it's just like fun and hijinks ensue, and Tokyo is completely demolished by them slipping around.
Number 8.
My two cats. You don't know them, but trust me, that'd be fucking wild. It would be like Tokyo destroyed, but in my living room.
Most cats, I don't think you could tie together.
No, that'd be quite wild.
Yeah.
They would get up to some antics, though. Number 7. Tom Cruise and Ted Cruz. I guess this was just because they have similar sounding last names. But Tom Cruise is so intense and Ted Cruz is so not that I think that is the ultimate split of vibes.
Who the fuck is Ted Cruz?
Oh my God, Kellan. Oh, never mind. Sometimes I feel like, can I make political humor on this podcast? I would have no... I can't. I was thinking of references that Kellan would get. I'm like, what do I say? Big Brother and Survivor tied together? Like, oh, that's hilarious.
I was thinking Cruise as in Tom Cruise's last name.
Right.
So I was thinking Ted Cruise. I know who Ted Cruz is.
Cruz.
Yeah, I got you. I've got you now.
All right. Number 6. Ash and Charizard. Which is also kind of what happens in an episode, but not. Imagine Ash getting burnt all the time. That'd be terrifying.
Well, it happens every week. We see that all the time.
Yeah, so tied together would be even worse. Our boy would just be a giant burn.
Number 5.
Okay, I really hope you remember who people are. Okay, let's test this. Ted Bundy and Al Bundy.
No, don't bring the serial killers into this.
Well, with Al Bundy. Do you know who Al Bundy is?
Yeah, he's the guy from Married with Children, isn't it?
Boom, you got it. Nailed it. I always thought that was really confusing as a kid because I didn't quite have the nomenclature understanding to pull them apart, and sometimes people would say Ted Bundy and I thought that was the guy's name from the sitcom. I was like, what are they talking about?
No, that's oh fuck, what's his name?
The actor? Ed O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine if I'm Married with Children, like a Ted Bundy in universe is like his brother that he like doesn't keep
That'd
up
be fucked
with.
up.
Yeah. We're a dark twist. Okay, number 4 you'll get though. Well, you got all of these. You got there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. But number 4, you'll definitely get. Kellan and a grammatical error in a Pokemon episode. Imagine those tied together.
My worst
Struggling
nightmare.
for power.
It's the new Saw Trap.
I need you to play a game. Is this a slash?
Or an accent.
Oh, choose wisely.
Number 3.
Number 3. A T-40 Soviet amphibious scout tank and a
God.
Panzer IV German medium tank. How's that for a weird callback?
Yeah, not the first time you've mentioned tanks on this podcast.
They're the same tanks, too.
And they're the same tanks. That's what I thought.
Imagine them tied together.
I can't.
One set of tankiers, tankateurs. What is a person who drives a tank called?
I don't know.
Tankos. One set of tankers. Just speaking German, the other just speaking Russian. But then they learn to love each other. And the sweet tanks live happily ever after.
The new Odd Couple reboot certainly took a turn, huh?
Yeah, it's like a classic Archie Bunker style sitcom with a T-40 Soviet amphibious scout tank and a Panzer IV German medium tank.
Number 2.
Galileo and the entire Catholic Church. Talk about awkward. The Earth is what? Galileo? All right, well.
And number 1.
These are getting pretty freaking abstract, aren't they, Kellan?
A little bit.
Number 1, children laughing and the inevitability of our own mortality.
Well,
Can't
that's
get
just
more
depressing.
diametrically opposed than that. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All
Are you
right.
depressed? I can read you my honorable mentions, which
Please do.
were a ham sandwich and a can of beans. But now I know who you're cheering for because of today's episode: creation and destruction, and the call of the void and sweet relief.
Ooh.
But those
I
are
like
too
those two.
similar. Those are
two of my favorites, though.
Yeah.
My favorite concepts.
Right. Well,
Love it.
yeah.
All right. Are we talking Pokemon?
If we aren't, what are we doing on this podcast?
That's a good point. Also, forgot to mention,
Yeah.
as of the day this podcast drops, the podcast is 1 year old.
Holy crap. How did that happen?
Right? I mean, technically, the first episode dropped on YouTube last year on January 9th. This one's dropping January 8th. So it's the next day. But it's the same week, so it counts.
That counts. That's
It counts.
incredible.
A whole year.
They grow up so fast. It seems
That's
like only
ridiculous.
yesterday we brought this screaming child home. Now look at it.
Yeah, and it happens so fast too. Like you brought up the idea of a podcast on like December 30th, and we had it done. We had it started on January 9th, and I was like, what the fuck happened? We were supposed to like talk about this for like 2 years before actually doing anything about it. That's how plans
one
work.
of the few times where
That's how
the very
pitching a
few
podcast
times
works.
we're joking with somebody about doing something creative actually worked. Like
Except you weren't joking.
It typically doesn't.
You weren't joking. You prefaced that stuff when we were talking about it with like, I'm totally serious about this, and I was like,
and that's
fuck
why
yeah, why
it
not?
worked.
Yeah. Still weird though, because usually it takes months for those kind of endeavors to start.
That's true.
So, anyway, whole year.
Well,
Crazy. What the
podcasts are
hell-
cool, and so are we.
What the hell are we doing with our lives? Anyway.
Oh, well, we find ourselves in a similar situation as Meowth and Pikachu in Bound for Trouble, episode
The next
106.
episode. Yes. So the gang is somewhere, some island. I don't believe we ever get a name of this island.
Fat Pidgey Island.
Bulbapedia is calling it Fairchild Island.
Like Morgan Fairchild, the soap opera actress.
Yeah, I guess
Is that
so,
her
but-
name? Did I get that right?
I don't know. All I know, the only soap actress I know is Susan Lucci.
And I don't know that one. Like
Yeah.
Rob Lucci from One Piece. They're related. Shout out anime.
Anyway, I don't believe
Hashtag anime.
I don't believe they ever say that, at least in the dub. But Fairchild is a type of tangerine.
Oh, get out. Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So yeah, we're on Fairchild Island. This island is noted to have like big Pokemon, big Pidgeot and big Rhydon, because there's fruit growing everywhere.
Something
I don't-
like that. I think Tracy's exact words are, man, are the Pidgeotos on this island thick.
Pidgeot.
Oh, fuck.
If you're gonna sexualize birds, get them right.
Well, it's Tracy doing it. You know he'd be into that. Foot guy, bird guy, what's next? Tracy would be a bird guy.
He would
Come on,
be,
he would
yeah.
have a bird on his shoulder.
So, but they're looking at the map, and Pikachu's just like poking around on it. It's very cute. It's like
Oh,
poking
yeah,
at the
yeah,
X
yeah.
on the map. Adorable.
Did we ever find out what the point of that X was?
Nope.
Pikachu's like interested, and he's like, "There's treasure," and they all
Yeah.
ignore it.
I thought there was a point in the episode where I thought it was coming back, and it did not.
It did not.
So, so they're walking along the road, and oh, what's this? A fruit basket in the
Hashtag
middle of the
anime
road.
fruit basket.
Yeah,
That's the name
and
of an anime.
I know.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Ash goes up to the fruit basket, and Misty's like, "Wait, no, it's a trap." And Ash is like, oh, "Fine," but we get this fun like little rewind effect that I loved. Ash and Pikachu run up to it, Misty's like, "No," and then they rewind themselves. Very fun.
Very cool. And their rationale, classic Ash and Pikachu logic. They're sharing a brain cell at this point in the series, which is just beautiful. Because Misty's like, who would be leaving a perfectly good fruit basket in the middle of the road? And Ash goes, someone who doesn't like fruit. Checkmate. Got her.
Gotcha, Misty. But no, this logic makes sense. This is suspicious as all hell. So there's a tree over there. I see an apple. Let's go pick that. Oh, we fell in a hole. Uh-oh.
That's when Team Rocket reveals they had reverse psychologied the whole thing.
Yeah. Prepare for trouble. You fell for our pit. Of all of our tricks, this is our favorite.
And then we get the Team Rocket chant and an explanation that Ash fell for the fake fruit. The basket was real. Ash was right, and they were actually going one layer deeper. They have done the dirt hole fruit basket trick so many times that they had like 5D chest them.
Yeah, and that apple they saw falls into the pit. It's just a crystal. It is solid.
Very expensive apple.
Solid crystal. Yeah, I wonder where they got that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fight time already against Team Rocket. Arbok and Weezing versus Pikachu. Pikachu thunderbolts, but then Team Rocket whips out these like electric glove thingies that are patent pending.
Yeah, I wrote down that Meowth sentence here because I liked it. This might come as a big shock to you, Pikachu, but these patent pending devices protect us from your electric attacks, so you might as well save your energy, a little rat.
So Arbok poison stings, Weezing poison gases, Meowth latches Pikachu to him in a little device, and they start to run off, and the gang gives chase.
In the balloon's going off. Gang's running after
him. Team Rocket gets ready then to take Pikachu to the boss, when suddenly, from what we heard earlier, a giant Pidgeot comes swooping down from the sky, picks up Meowth and Pikachu, and takes off.
And now, during this, Meowth and Pikachu are still trapped to each other in Meowth's device, but Meowth loses his shock protectors, so he is no longer protected from Meowth.
Or from Pikachu.
From Pikachu, oh my god. That was a weird slip. Meowth's concerned. He goes, I bet this thing is taking us back to his nest for a tasty little lunch, and I don't mean as guests, am I right?
Yeah, Pikachu tries to shock Pidgeot, but he just gets Meowth.
Yeah.
I don't think this was an accident. I think Pikachu did that on purpose.
He's hardwired to try to kill Meowth, too.
But Meowth's like, not me, the Pidgeot. And so Pikachu tries again, gets both of them this time. Pidgeot drops them, and as they fall, they fight over who's going to break whose fall.
Yeah, they're like flipping back and forth, and Pikachu has his murder eyes aflare.
Yeah.
And Meowth says, I'm not going to break your fall, Pikachu. But he does. And then goes, why am I always the undercat?
And in this shot where Pikachu lands on Meowth, their connectors are gone. They're just gone.
Oh, they just didn't animate them?
Yeah, they just didn't draw them on. It's weird. But they're back on the next scene, so they're back to connected. They're connected by they're each in a ring tied together with a rope or an elastic. And so they fight over which way they want to go. Pikachu basically asks, why the fuck can't you just unlock it? But Meowth doesn't have the key. Only Jesse has the key. And so we go see Jesse and James now.
Now, Jesse and James, they don't believe that Meowth's going to make it back to them. They think they're going to have to find Meowth. And they're into that because if they find Meowth, they'll find Pikachu.
This is so funny. They're like, hopefully Meowth will be able to find his way back to us with Pikachu.
Yeah.
And then do you really think Meowth would be capable of that? And then they look directly in the camera and go, nah.
Yeah, they go, wah, wah.
Let me just break the fourth wall. That's beautiful. Love it.
It's like, our track record, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't believe in Meowth's ability to get back to them with Pikachu. So the gang confronts them, and they're like, "What happened?" And Team Rocket's like, "We don't have Meowth and Pikachu." And the gang is like, "What the fuck?" And then we transition, and they've told the gang the whole story. We just skip over that. It's fine. So Jesse and James take off. Tracy enlists Meryl's help to listen for Pidgeot.
Yep,
using her super
giant Pidgeot, and that's sort of our next visit, is home of the giant Pidgeots. Meryl leads them to a nest. It's kind of like a giant rock spire from the ground, with a nest on top, and Ash starts climbing up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Pikachu and Meowth are trying to go different ways again, and this is where Pikachu starts to assert his dominance over Meowth. Anytime Meowth has an idea that differs slightly from Pikachu, Pikachu lets some sparks fly, and Meowth's like, okay, we can go with your idea. It's okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Pikachu just has a rigid backbone.
Yeah, it's
He's
incredible.
Like, I'm not trusting you. I'm not giving you even an inch, Meowth.
Mm-hmm. So they're walking down the path then, and they get caught on a tree, like between them. The rope is caught, and Meowth's like, why don't you just come over to my side, and we'll be fine. Pikachu's like, no. You're coming to my side.
Pulls them around.
So funny.
This is kind of an animal thing. Like, I joked about my cats being tied together, but like one would definitely take charge, right?
Yeah, but like Pikachu just hates Meowth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's almost like the kids never kind of learn, Team Rocket's patterns, but Pikachu's hated them for a while, right? He's been trying to murder them for day one.
Like, keep putting him in glass capsules.
That's true. That's traumatizing. So
suddenly Meowth has an idea.
He's got a bit of a turn, right? Or does he?
Yeah, he's like, if I act nice to Pikachu and tell him he's in charge, I can lead Pikachu straight to the boss.
Come on, Pikamigo.
Yeah, he's like, you're in charge now. I'll lead you to your gang. And Pikachu's like, no, that's not what you're doing. You're gonna try and fuck with me. I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah, Pikachu's smart here. He knows immediately that the change in mood is significant. Ash wouldn't have figured this out.
No, absolutely not. He would have believed it 100%. And then when they're brought into a death chamber, he'd be like, what? This isn't a restaurant. I thought we were going for lunch.
I thought we were getting some curry.
Oh,
not killed.
Man, not the guillotine again. Dang.
Meowth at the guillotines. That's always something we wanted painted, right?
So funny, yeah.
French Revolution era Meowth. I would like a series of paintings of Meowth period pieces, like Meowth in different points of history. Like Meowth, like building up the pyramids. Meowth getting the guillotine. Meowth like in a Viking longship.
Oh, we've seen that one.
Meowth as Joan of Arc. Ooh, The Last Supper by Da Vinci.
That's what we want.
Hell yeah.
Ash has gotten on top on the nest. So a giant Pidgeot appears and kind of just blows him down the cliffside. He falls. And he walks off to find Pikachu. He's depressed as hell right now.
He's so dejected after that. He's like, I got no Pikachu. And Tracy looks a little surprised, I guess, but Misty has been with them for long enough. He gets it right away. He's like, Ash and Pikachu have like this special bond, and this is really hard for Ash.
Yeah. And so Pikachu seems to be smelling for something, searching for something. This is where I thought that X marks the spot thing was coming back. Pikachu was looking for treasure.
Pikachu knew something, yeah.
Yeah, but no, he can smell Pokemon, is what we learn. Meowth can't smell anything. He doesn't have a nose.
Oh, they've done this bit once before.
This is not the first time they've made this joke.
Because I remember referencing a bit they do like this in the original Dragon Ball series, and I was about to do it again, but then I'm like, I've brought that up before.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't put it past the Pokemon anime to reuse jokes.
Yeah, I guess
it's clear they need the time.
If they're writing on that principle that people are only seeing one out of every 3 episodes, you might as well only write a third of the jokes you need.
So then a giant Rhydon appears, and this thing does feel quite massive.
Oh yeah, big
in this
boy.
moment. Pikachu runs, dragging Meowth along, dragging him across the ground.
Oh, and Meowth's got these wobbly knees. He's like, my head says to run, but my legs ain't listening, Pikachu.
And then they do what was this? They do a silly cartoon elastic stretch bit.
Okay, so they try to run in opposite directions.
Yeah,
and boom, springs them back together. Smack.
And so then they try to go in the other direction that the other one was going in, and then it happens again.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That was good. And then Rhydon charges at him,
Smokes
still
him.
knocks him back.
Yeah, now they're down the cliff, and they're running down the cliff.
Yeah, Pikachu like stops at the edge of the cliff. Meowth
Well,
hits
they've
him.
gone down the cliff, and now they're against a wall.
Yeah. Well, at the cliff, Pikachu stops at it, and then Meowth catches up to him and knocks him off the cliff, knocking Meowth off the cliff as well.
Who's on first?
I don't know. But yeah, they keep running, they hit a dead end, and then Pikachu is like, okay, we have to battle the Rhydon. Meowth is not here for it.
I mean, that's not exactly Meowth's tactics, right? Head on. But Pikachu's like, I can battle. I got it. But he's got a bit of a problem here. So he's going to fight it. Electricity ain't working on this. Now, Kellan, this is actually one of the times they did it game accurate, right?
Kind of.
Oh,
I was
shit.
about to give them credit. Because it doesn't do it. But then Meowth's just like, oh, its skin won't conduct electricity. Like, that's just, it's a ground type. It's just that easy, Meowth.
Oh, but I like that. That's better than what the games do. The games don't have a mouth open mechanic. That's the problem.
I don't think we need that.
We do. It's like if you have the item like Katsu sandwich and you like put it in front of the Pokemon, like, oh, use sandwich, super effective. Their mouth is open and then they're weak to electricity.
I mean, there have been mechanics where you can feed your Pokemon and they will eat.
Yeah, but do they gain
cupcakes.
weaknesses?
No, but still, you can feed the literal devil a cupcake, and it's great.
You fed the literal devil a whole bunch of sugar, super effective.
Yeah.
The Pokemon now has diabetes.
But yeah, so it doesn't work. So Pikachu has a plan. They jump up onto the Rhydon. Meowth tickles his back, and then Pikachu sticks his tail in Rhydon's mouth, and that Thunderbolt works.
And Rhyhorn kind of likes it. He's into tails in the mouth.
Yeah,
It's gross. This Rhyhorn was a freak.
Yeah, just a touch.
But we get a sweet retort from Meowth. Now Rhyhorn knows to keep its big mouth shut.
Meowth also said he was going for a tickle attack. When actually, Meowth, tickle wasn't a move until Generation 3. So,
God.
Yeah. And I don't even know if Meowth can learn it.
Well, I think that observation should go on Tickle Talk. Yeah, I said it.
I don't want to see what that app is.
What Tickle Talk is?
Yeah.
What is the Chinese government doing with Tickle Talk?
Also, no, Meowth cannot learn tickle.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is breaking news. Very important.
Breaking news from 2004.
Yeah.
Is that when Gen 3 came out?
I think so.
Somewhere around there.
Something like that. That sounds right. 2002 in Japan.
Okay, I was off by a year.
How dare you?
Yeah, close.
Get it right. Get your fucking Pokemon years right.
I was pretty close for not knowing shit about fuck all.
Doesn't count. Anyway.
Do you see my co-host? He won't give me an inch.
Nope, never. The gang are at the rock Pikachu led Meowth to now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's tracks.
Yeah.
There's 3 sets of tracks. There's Pikachu tracks, Meowth tracks. Uh-oh. Rhydon tracks as well.
There's only one set of footprints. What happened to Jesus?
Pikachu looked back and turns out Meowth's been dead for 10 years.
Okay. So Ash is determined, though. He sees the prince going off the edge of the cliff. He's not gonna, succumb to the darkness. He slides down the cliff.
Pretty cool.
Now, Jesse and James have a totally different attitude to getting that Meowth back.
Yeah.
They're in the balloon. They're, sluggishly looking about with...
binoculars.
Binoculars, thank you. I could not think of the word. And Jesse's yawning. She's like, no Meowth, whatever.
Yeah, we'll find him eventually. They couldn't have gotten very far with Meowth's brain power. Jesus. Whatever happened to the Meowth episode where they were like, we love Meowth, we want our friend back. He's everything.
Yeah, they don't have great memories. They don't learn from their lessons.
No. You would think they would when they almost got, killed 40 times.
Hit 400 times, yeah.
Yeah. So Meowth and Pikachu are starving. They spot one apple on a tree. And so they kind of race for it. Meowth does a leap and comes up just short because Pikachu
'Cause
pulled back
Pikachu
on
yanks him.
the rope.
He
So
yoinks
cute.
him.
I love it. So Pikachu gets the apple, and Meowth just kind of gives in. He's like, "You're the better Pokemon. You
Well,
get the apple."
and this is
You
where
win."
Meowth starts using, friendly language. He's like, well, you outsmarted me, buddy. From this point on in the episode, he calls Pikachu buddy a lot.
Mhm.
You win, and he's kind of crying. And this is the high point of the episode for me.
Mhm.
Pikachu splits the apple in
Ah!
half and shares it. Holy crap, was that heart melting.
We stan a sympathetic king.
We do.
Oh, but this like really hits Meowth in the soft spot. He starts to like bawl about it. He's like, I'm not used to anyone being so nice to me. Meowth,
Which
you need
is
better
so
friends.
sad. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. If sharing an apple when you're starving to death is the line. But it's a sweet moment, right? Because it's coming from an enemy. It's a bit of a good Samaritan moment, and like that would warm anybody's heart. Great moment.
A very good moment. Good job, Pikachu. We love you. And then we get a flashback. They love their fucking flashbacks.
Yeah, but this
these
flashback
days.
actually made me laugh.
Pikachu has put Meowth through a lot.
Right.
But it's always been under the twerp's commands. Meowth's thinking, maybe this Pikachu isn't so bad. And then he pitches to Pikachu, hey, you could leave the twerp and come work for Team Rocket. We could be pals all the time.
Yeah, under different circumstances, we'd be friends. So that the flashback that's going through this all, it's got like cheesy, like nice music playing. And it's just all the times like Team Rocket got shocked by Pikachu. It's just like a torture montage.
But there's too many to put in one episode. So there's
I
only
guess
like
it doesn't get them all, but it's like a good
God,
5 or 6, right?
Yeah. All of them put together would be more than an episode. You can make a whole episode just out of those bits.
New DVD cut.
Yeah.
There's like a special they released that is
The
just
Snyder
Team Rocket
cut,
getting shocked.
But I was pitching all this stuff, but Pikachu's falling asleep on his lap. Oh, so cute.
Oh, that was really cute.
It's
Yeah, I can
adorable.
dream, can't I? Meowth says as they kind of fall asleep cuddling each other. Oh,
So the next morning, they wake up and Pidgeot's back,
whoa, swooping in on them from one side,
and so is Rhydon.
charging at them from the other.
At the start of the episode, when they were like, I hear this island has giant Pidgeot and Rhydon, I didn't think they meant one of each.
Oh, is that what they meant? These are the exact same ones?
I think they're the same ones.
They are?
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Oh, I didn't really think of that too deeply. I was
didn't see multiple.
taking the same approach you were. I thought it was a whole bunch of fat ass Pidgeots and a whole crew of thick Rhydons.
No, it definitely seemed to me that there was just one
Are
of
they
each on this island.
Rhydons or Rhyhorns?
It's Rhydon.
Oh, I wrote down Rhyhorn.
How dare you?
I
Jesus
can't
Christ.
keep track which
You've
ones.
been doing this
They've-
for a year.
They've
Freya.
both got horns.
So?
Just saying.
I don't know what your point is.
My point
So-
is that it could be a good name for either.
Sure, whatever. I'll humor you. So, yeah, Pidgeot and Rhydon are both after our favorite little pair here. When suddenly, in a fit of heroism, Ash comes leaping off the cliff. And then Team Rocket's there in the balloon too, coming in.
Yeah, also coming from different sides. And so Ash, as he jumps over the cliff, sends out Snorlax.
Oh,
And this is pretty epic. Snorlax blocks the Rhyhorn.
Rhydon.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm just going to call it a Rhyhorn to piss you off.
Don't you dare.
But it was an accident. So the only thing as fat as this fat Rhydon is Snorlax.
I love this. It feels so epic
It did.
because I think partially because it's Snorlax and not Bulbasaur or Squirtle. Because Ash always goes to Bulbasaur or Squirtle when he's sending someone out that
Totally.
isn't Pikachu.
We don't get to see Snorlax that often. Might be the first time we got a real combat situation with him. And it's also that it was situationally smart. Because it's like big boy, big chunkus.
boys.
Chonkers gone crazy.
Chonker's gone bonkers. Come on.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, we don't see Snorlax that often. And so, like, when Ash starts throwing the ball and he's like, go Snorlax, you're like, oh, some shit's about to go down.
Yeah, and he looks really cool grappling with the Rhydon. The
Yeah, it's
Rhydon
wonderful.
horn.
And yeah, the synth guitar gym theme comes in. Wonderful. Snorlax holds off the Rhyhorn, and then Jesse sends out Arbok to go for a bite on Pidgeot. They kind of just hit each other off, and
It's
then
basically a snake flying through the
yeah,
air.
terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Snorlax then mega punches Rhydon away, and then Arbok wraps Pidgeot and bites it, and Pidgeot flies off. This is great.
Bye, birdie.
It's a quick combat segment, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was punchy. It had physics,
Yeah.
It was kinetic. That's the word. It was kinetic.
And so Meowth runs off to Jesse and James, dragging Pikachu along. He's so happy that they spent time going to
I
find
thought
him.
you
and they're
didn't
like,
care.
We don't.
We're after Pikachu.
Basically what they said.
Sorry to burst your bubble, James says.
Very sad, very
It's
depressing.
like the painful
Jesus.
truth. Yeah, they should have white lied. No?
Yeah.
I respect their honesty, but no, not a good look.
In a more plot-driven show, this might be the incident that turns Meowth against Team Rocket.
Yeah, totally.
But no, he'll forget about this by the next episode. So
Like, they've never shared an apple.
yeah, what the fuck, guys? So they were just trying to find Pikachu, and Meowth was the package deal. So they had to find Meowth. Whatever.
But now Pikachu's getting pulled in the other direction.
Yeah.
Or Meowth is getting pulled in the other direction.
You're getting your Pokemon mixed up a lot.
Well, that is sort of the theme of the episode. they're all, your Pikachus and your Meowths, get them a 2-for-1 situation. Come on, Rhyhordon, whatever that thing is, that's easier.
Rhyperior.
Oh my god, there's a third?
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this lesson. So
well, it's not till Gen 4.
Pikachu's pulling Meowth in the opposite direction. Pikachu gets reunited with Ash. And then I believe James grabs Meowth from the other side. So now we have a tug of war going on. Team Rocket versus Ash. Now, where is the key? Jesse has the key.
And so Ash sees this. He's like, oh, okay, I got a plan. Go Bulbasaur, and hits James in the face with his Pokeball, who releases Meowth. And then Pikachu...
that could have been the whole plan.
It could have been. It should have been, honestly. That would have been funny.
You don't need the Pokeballs to summon Pokemon. That's the weapon. Boom.
Just whip it at James. So Pikachu bolts Arbok. Victory Bell's out now. He eats Arbok. Bulbasaur Vine Whips them, who launch Victory Bell and Arbok into Jesse and James. Jesse releases the key, letting Pikachu and Meowth free
Ash
from their
grabs the
connectors.
key out of the air, unlocks them.
So Team Rocket trying to make a getaway. They lift off in the balloon. They have one more
One
surprise.
last surprise.
It's some energy cannon or something.
Yeah, it's like a special beam cannon, Piccolo style. I think it's a full-on rail gun they have mounted on the bottom of the balloon, and it is charging.
Yeah, and it's going to take us about 4 episodes to charge up the whole thing, I think.
Very Dragon Ball
like
Z, yeah.
Yep.
Good.
But those 4 episodes go very quickly because it happens in about 10 seconds on screen. So
Misty
tries to go
Staryu. Tries to.
Yeah, keyword tries to, because it's Psyduck. It's our boy.
Our boy.
We love Psyduck. Let's go. They try to get him to use confusion, and he's just like,
Psy.
Psy. He's not doing anything. He's not hurting enough. But the cannon's powering up, about to launch when Togepi, we see, waggling her fingers a bit. And then, kaboom!
Yeah, we have about, would you say, 3 Deus Ex Machina options in the show. Often it's Jigglypuff. Sometimes it's Psyduck getting a headache. Lately,
And then Togepi.
Not lately, but Togepi is the other one. Yeah,
Togepi's gotten a
metronome.
couple.
Togepi's gotten a few clutch ones for sure.
Yeah. So, but Ash and Tracy are like, I don't think that was Psyduck. It didn't really look like Psyduck did anything. Misty has this one figured out now. She's pretty confident.
Yeah,
Something's
she's
up with
figured
Togepi.
it out that Togepi has the metronome powers. But Ash and Tracy are being so stubborn.
Yeah. Well, it's a baby. How the fuck could it do anything? Babies are useless.
It's a whiny baby. All it does is cry. I know everything about how the world works because I'm a man.
And I'm 10. I'm old enough to know the world.
I have to shave my face. Actually, I don't.
That'll be in a few more years. So, Ash and Pikachu properly reunite at this point. They're happy to see each other. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it for that. Then Team Rocket, we see, have landed somewhere on the ground. They're very hungry, and there's only one apple nearby.
So it's a repeat of that old bit,
Yeah.
but this time they basically just hit each other.
Yeah, and Jessie gets the last blow, of course. She
And
gets
then
the apple.
she
She's like,
eats the
we're going to
apple,
split it
doesn't
and share. We're going to share it. I'll take the first bite, and then eats the whole thing.
And Meowth misses Pikachu, as
Yeah.
he should. He's like,
As he
well,
should.
Pikachu's a much better friend than you
Yeah.
guys.
And that's the episode.
Okay, so I've got
Great
a
episode.
literary hour here. Now, I couldn't confirm if this was the start of this trope. It probably wasn't because it's not that old. But there's a 1979 short story, sci-fi short story that was published in one of the Isaac Asimov science fiction magazines by one Barry B. Longyear. What a name. Called Enemy Mine, which is about on a planet during kind of a galactic war, two soldiers crash. One is human, the other is a race of aliens who look like lizards. So there is a lizard person. And they initially, are trying to kill each other, and they can't communicate because they speak different languages. But then they realize kind of the situation they're in, and they work together despite, being at opposite sides in the war and not being able to communicate. But they work together against the elements to survive. And apparently, this got adapted into a movie that I've never heard of by the same name. So, Enemy Mine from 1985, starring Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
I have never heard of it, and I do not know who either of those two people are.
You have heard of Dennis Quaid, at least in
Have
name.
I?
He's a pretty popular actor. I don't know if he's popular, but he's been around for a long time. You've definitely seen something Dennis Quaid has been in, but
Well, let's take a look at that filmography.
but he's not
shall we?
big enough for me to to think that you need to know about him or anything. I don't know. Maybe some Dennis Quaid fans are losing it in the comments. I believe isn't his son Jack Quaid, John Quaid, whatever, in The Boys? Yeah,
I don't
so.
know any of these people.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't recognize anything I would.
You've never heard of Gorp? 1980s Gorp?
I apparently not. I don't know how.
Wow.
Gorp's a classic.
Yeah. 1975's Crazy Mama? Or what about this? 1983's Jaws 3D?
Nope, I don't know.
Also known as Jaws 3 in its 2D form? This is
Jesus.
real.
What a mess.
I didn't make that up. That is what the title says.
I see that now. That's dumb. Okay, whatever. Let's rate it.
Let's rate Dennis Quaid's career. We're going to the or the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We will pull 2 categories at random and rank the episode based on those categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
We have silly Pikachu moments.
Oh, good one.
Oh.
It kind of is a silly Pikachu. It's a serious Pikachu. It's a brave Pikachu. It's a Pikachu we love. It's a sympathetic Pikachu, like you said.
It's an everything Pikachu. We love Pikachu.
But he does have his silliness. The thing with the map is good. Everything he does to fuck with Meowth is good.
It's brilliant.
Him spinning in the air to land
so
on
funny.
him. Yeah.
The pullback of the rope to keep Meowth away from the apple. The threatening him with thunder shocks. Everything. The running away from each other, hitting each other bit.
Yeah, it's a Pikachu
amazing.
bit episode.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
10.
high.
It's 10 for me.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with it. I'll respect it. Yeah, sometimes the category is made for something, and it's made for Bound for Trouble. Let's go for a 10.
It's like when Misty's Exasperation was made for that Psyduck Golduck episode.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Category 2, we could have ourselves a perfect 10.
No, don't jinx it. Jinx is canceled.
It's Tracy's bullshit.
It's not a perfect 10, is it?
Not a lot of Tracy.
He did have a couple lines we thought were stupid, though. What was happening when I said that he was a bird guy?
That was just at the start of the episode when he was like, this big Pidgeot.
Yeah, you know what? That wasn't bullshit. That was me projecting.
That was you.
That was me putting words in his mouth.
Him and Misty tell Ash that the fruit basket has to be a trap, which ends up getting them caught.
Okay, Tracy was part of that. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit more Misty, though, but yeah. I'm not seeing much Tracy dialogue, even that I know.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of Tracy in general.
Oh, crap.
It's a very Pokemon episode.
2.
Yeah, I
hate to see it.
Gonna just keep looking real quick. I barely have Tracy in
really
my notes at all.
He really wants to give this episode a good score.
I wanted this one to get good ratings. But there's really nothing. Yeah. Ugh.
Don't compromise your integrity.
I will always.
Look inside yourself. You know it to be true.
I'll give it... I'll do... I don't even know if 2 is enough. Or 2 is apt. 1.8.
Wow, 1.8.
Yeah. So that's 1.9. So a 5.95 for Bound for Trouble. Ugh.
There we have it. Dennis Quaid's career.
We almost had greatness.
Did you know he was the dad from the remake of The Parent Trap?
I didn't know. I don't know who this is.
Have you seen The Parent Trap?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah. You're too young.
I know of it. That's the one where like
young.
that's the one where like Lindsay Lohan plays twins, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. That's a remake where she's playing twins. There's like a one from like the 60s or something.
There was a first one?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah, that's Bound for Trouble. Let's jump into episode 107, Charizard Chills. This is also very good episode.
Giving me chills. So they're sailing.
Finally! Oh my god, it's been forever.
And Ash only needs one more badge. He's excited.
Yep. Suddenly a boat kind of pulls up next to them, going real
Almost
fast. They think they're gonna get hit. They pull up to them. The guy comes out and Misty makes him apologize.
One of the cast of the Warriors comes out.
Good reference. I don't know anything about that.
We really need to line up on our pop culture knowledge. Just trust me and go with it.
It's a miracle when you make a reference that I get.
It's from the 80s.
And vice versa.
Just accept it and move on.
So yeah, Misty makes this guy apologize to Togepi specifically, which was kind of funny. But he flirts with her.
Oh yeah, he hits on her.
Yeah, in a gross way, Tad. He says not to be angry because it makes her face look like a tentacle. Don't tell a woman to smile, Tad.
Right, so he actually hits on her in a scummy way, right? He does it in that way that's like forceful, talks about her looks, and also it's backhanded compliment, right? So he's like, it's that digging, it's like her putting her down so you can pull them up, sort of, and that's a really scummy way to hit on someone, let's be real. But the funny thing is
she doesn't see it that way.
Misty actually doesn't see it that way because she thinks tentacles are cute. So she's making hard eyes.
Ash and Tracy are like, what are you talking about? She's like, this might be crazy, but there are some people out there that think the tentacruel is ugly. And Ash has to be like, Misty, I think this guy is one of those people.
Yeah, I think he was being sleazy, Misty.
It's funny. It was good. I like that.
That was good.
But no, this is Tad. He's been kind of looking for Ash. He knows that Ash got a badge in the Trovita gym. He overheard Rudy talking about how he used pure power to win. And Misty's like, that's what you use when you don't have skill.
Burn. Yeah, Tad actually tells us a story about how Rudy had hit on his female companion as well. But his companion actually stayed with Rudy forever. So
heartbreaking. So Tad wants to fight strong trainers. So he's been kind of looking for Ash. And so Misty starts to look around to see where the strong trainers could be.
I mean, you had to do it, Misty.
It
was just there hanging.
Yeah. And so he challenges Ash, and so they'll battle on the nearby island that Team Rocket are on. Did we get a name of this island either? I don't even know.
Charizard Frozen Battle Island.
Again, I don't think
that's actually an exotic fruit. Charizard Frozen Battle.
I don't think we ever get this in the dub. Maybe it's in the Japanese, but Bubblepedia is calling this Cleopatra Island.
Is that a type of an orange?
Take a guess if I'm looking it up.
Yeah, probably.
Cleopatra Mandarin.
There you go.
A citrus reshni, also known as Cleopatra Mandarin, is a citrus tree that is commonly used in agriculture as a rootstock of different cultivated species of citrus, mostly orange, grapefruit, tangerine, and lemon.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
Now, Team Rocket's already on this island and sees them coming.
Yeah, they're building something?
And they're like, what losers would come here? They're like, well, we came here.
We're here. So 2v2 is what the battle will be. Ash,
Tad versus
great
Ash.
detective line. Battle hard, Pikachu. If we win this first one, we'll have the advantage.
No,
that is how numbers work.
I also wrote that down as a great detective moment, so that means it's extra good. Because I'm like, you just said like a tautology. Like that was just like a truth.
That's just a long-winded of saying is of 1 is bigger than 0.
Yeah, that is exactly what he said. He could have been like, Pikachu, if we win, we will have 1. Oh.
Go for victory. That means winning.
Yeah. Nothing kills me except for death.
So seeing an electric type, Tad makes the obvious choice here to go with Poliwrath, a water type.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but this Poliwrath ain't your usual Poliwrath.
Yeah, this
got a
Poliwrath
belt.
fucks. This Poliwrath fucks.
This Poliwrath does fuck.
It's the strongest Pokemon from his hometown.
Bum, bum, bum,
That's what we
bum,
learned. They have
bum,
some kind
bum,
of
bum,
contest or some shit.
Right, and in this small town, you know how there's the Giga Chad meme? They actually have their own version of that where they just put pictures of this Poliwrath with the music. Brr, 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 brr.
Misty asks what I've been asking at this point. Like, why would he use a water type against an electric type? Something's got to be up.
Yeah,
There's
some
a
kind of trick Tracy's
thing
thinking.
here. Like when this guy does it, there's a trick. When Ash does it, it's because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
So Pikachu goes for Thunderbolt. Poliwrath double teams, splitting himself into many different copies. Which one's the real one?
Oh.
So let's quick attack to find out. Pikachu starts knocking down clone after clone until eventually Pikachu hits the real one with a Thunderbolt, but it doesn't seem to do much.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt it. And
No.
so what is the game explanation for this? Just that this Poliwrath is so yoked that even though he's taking double damage, it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, it's like level 100, full special defense investment, I guess.
Right. So even though he's getting a weakness, it's still not. He's just too strong.
I guess. I don't know. It would still do decent damage, I imagine, but
Well, let's go with it. We need something.
So he hypnosises Pikachu, falls asleep, which is normally the end of the battle, but then Poliwrath goes in for the overkill with a water gun.
Yeah, hits him away. Pikachu's
Great
flying.
Pokemon sound, though, as the water gun is finishing. We hear...
Is that your Nixon impression again?
Poliwrath is not a crook.
Beautiful. He wasn't involved in water type gate.
Oh, very good.
So Tracy, thinks that this guy's smart in letting Pikachu waste his energy and then finishing him.
I didn't feel like that was that much energy, though, that he used.
Sad reveals his mindset that there's no challenge in just matching elements up. I'm not here to play rock, paper, scissors. There's lots to be said for the element of surprise.
Whoa. So Ash whips out a Pokeball. If you like surprises,
Well, Ash is
you'll
tilted.
love this. It's a secret weapon. Misty and Tracy are both like, oh, no.
Oh, God, this
Ash,
again.
come on. And so he goes for Charizard. I mean, it's in the title of the episode.
Yeah, I mean, you should have guessed.
Yeah.
So Ash, of course, like usual, is like, it's going to work this time. Ash is the type of motherfucker who does the same thing every day expecting a different outcome.
Literally, every time he sends Charizard out, he's
literally.
like, I'm a good enough trainer now to command Charizard. And Charizard just scorches him.
But
which
you
he
have
does
no evidence
again.
that anything's changed. It's ridiculous.
You're just getting more badges. You're not learning anything, Ash. Come on.
Come on.
Charizard flies off.
Yeah, and Tad's not looking, he's looking down on this situation. He's like, really, Ash? You used a Pokemon that's not even trained?
Yeah, he's like, you'll never get into the Orange League using a Pokemon like that. And Ash is like, what do you mean? Ash, how is it not
I
obvious?
mean what I said.
He just told you. Come on. You're killing me, Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, so Poliwrath water guns. Charizard flies back in. Ah, a worthy opponent. Our
Right.
battle will be legendary.
And he yells in anger. Charizard does this thing when he's found someone he wants to fight, where he just screams.
Yeah.
And Ash is trying to be friends, though. He takes that as a cue that, like, Charizard's going to listen. He's not listening. He's just screaming.
He knocks over Ash. Or he stomps the ground, which knocks Ash over. And Ash just starts to plead to work together. Like, please, Charizard, for the love of God. Just listen to me once.
Pikachu's so concerned.
He flamethrowers Poliwrath, does nothing. Ash is telling him
but-
to use another attack.
So
that's not working.
basically, this Poliwrath has such high special defense that special attacks aren't working. Is that how
Yeah.
you're reading this?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so.
All right, in Gen 1, it would just be special, because special attack and special defense were one stat.
Okay.
Which was definitely a decision that they made in programming, because that was dumb.
Right. So Ash is, but that's the thing, is that he's like, he defends against special moves. So like
Mhm.
thunder, like flamethrower. And so that's why Ash is suggesting try something physical, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
how to read that. So try
Please.
something like Mega Punch.
Yeah, he's telling Charizard, try anything else.
Because that's
But Charizard
not
won't
working.
listen. Charizard just likes to breathe fire, and that's what he's going to try and do.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a fire breather. That's kind of my thing.
My thing.
and it's not hurting it at all.
And then we see, it seems the tail flame on Charizard has gotten hit a little bit, doused a little bit of that flame, and
Which
then
basically means he's using a lot of energy.
yeah. Then Poliwrath goes for an ice beam, freezes Charizard into a solid block mid-air, falls to the
Charizard
ground.
falls to the ground. He does not shatter, thankfully. I kind of felt like that was coming. Ooh.
So Ash starts to chip away at the ice block with a rock.
They get his head out so he can breathe. That's good.
Yeah. And then Tad recalls Poliwrath and leaves as if he didn't just nearly kill this Charizard.
Yeah, he's like, I'll leave you to take out the trash.
he's like, I'll be back if you ever learn to control that thing. He won't be able to control it, Tad, if it's dead.
It's dead.
So, yeah. But Team Rocket are watching. They're kind of shocked. The Twerp lost.
Yeah,
This doesn't
they're not
happen.
used to Ash losing. And that must make them feel like shit, because they're like, we really suck.
Yeah. But Meowth sees the opportunity, though. The Twerps are stuck here until they can get Charizard defrosted. And so we cut to later, and Charizard has been defrosted.
Is that a button on your microwave, defrost Charizard? What's the setting for that?
I don't know if putting fire in the microwave is a safe thing to do.
Definitely don't put a steel type.
No, that would. Ooh. I accidentally microwaved butter in its foil wrapper once.
Did your microwave survive?
Yeah, because I noticed it after like 2 seconds.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
wait, shit, you're not supposed to put that in the microwave. So
You were on the ball.
yeah.
So much like the butter melting, butter that melts was once solid and now it's liquid, much like the ice around Charizard,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
later Charizard's heart.
What a fucking
Charizard's
stretch.
defrosted. It's night. Charizard is next to the fire, but he's sick, right?
He's
so
chilled.
his tail of flame is low, and so basically, and he still feels cold, right? He's a lizard. So Ash is rubbing the Charizard. His hands are raw because he's been rubbing his buddy so much.
Yeah, Charizard is chilled, hence the name of the episode, Charizard Chills.
And when your buddies are too chilled, you gotta rub them.
Yep.
Homies rub
Rub
each
your
other.
homies. Rub your homies good night.
I don't know why, but the good night made me laugh.
Just give him a good rub. Get to sleep. It's all right.
Good night rub. So
So
Pikachu's concerned about Ash's hands, but then he joins in. Like Ash and Pikachu are just still rubbing.
adorable. Love it.
And Charizard's looking back every once in a while. He's conscious now. He sees Ash helping. He starts thrashing around a bit.
Mhm.
Ash assures him, you got to rest. You got to get your energy back up. Charizard's trying to flame, and it's just like a gasp. It's just like dust comes out.
Yeah, he's like freaking out that we don't really know exactly what he's freaking out about. Probably about Ash.
That Ash is touching him. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't understand that Ash is helping.
Mhm.
He's animalistic, right? Like he's based everything on rage and on sort of being the alpha, and he has not figured out how to work with others at all.
Yeah, but he freaks out so much that he just passes back out.
Right.
Just knocks himself back out. And so they're trying a lot to warm him up. More firewood. Misty's grabbing a blanket. Why didn't you think of that sooner?
You thought of rubbing him till your hands are raw before you thought of blanket? Anyways. But I guess
Yeah.
if it's a lizard, right? Like, it doesn't make its own heat, except that it does because he's got the tail flame and the flamethrower.
Yeah.
The anatomy of this thing's very confusing.
Tracy notes that Charizard's feeling warmer, but that flame on his tail is still quite small. We gotta keep working. He wakes up again, tries to flamethrower again, but there's nothing. Ash tells him he needs to rest, and when he gets better, he can fly around and flamethrower him as much as he wants. But for now, he has to sleep.
What a nice offering.
And so Misty's building up this fire. It gets very, very hot, wipes the sweat from her brow. And so Tracy comes in and offers the best beverage in this situation, cocoa.
Well, yeah, maybe just some sugar. Keep yourself up, right? Yeah,
Man,
hot cocoa.
You're really hot in front of this fire? Have some fucking blazing hot coffee. That'll help.
Tracy is the kind of homie who would give hot cocoa to someone who's too warm. Tracy, the type of homie who brings salad to a barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Tracy, the kind of homie that puts raisins in the potato salad.
Oh, he totally does that.
Don't do that.
Tracy is the type of homie who people want to watch Lion King, and he brings over Lion King 2.
Tracy's the kind of homie that you put salt on some food and he eats it and he goes, "Ooh, what's that spice?"
Oh God, it's paprika, Tracy. That's not spicy.
Tracy the kind of homie to see a box of donuts and wiggle his fingers and go, "Ooh, don't mind if I do."
Oh God, he is the type of homie. Tracy the type of homie to make really awkward jokes about how you're getting your time back when a meeting ends early.
Tracy the kind of homie to run a joke into the ground in the course of 5 minutes.
Tracy the kind of homie to make a Tracy the kind of homie joke even when he doesn't have a good idea in his head.
Tracy the kind of homie to move on in the episode. All right,
Tracy.
Oh, look at that segue. I'm so good at it, too. Ash is talking to Charizard here, basically just pouring his heart out. Like, I've had you since you were a Charmander. I saw you evolve into Charmeleon and Charizard. I know I'm not the best trainer. Sometimes I make wrong decisions. No shit, Ash. Sometimes I don't do the smartest thing. No shit, Ash. Jesus Christ. And so, oh boy, what's this? It's a flashback.
Oh,
our favorite.
Montage of a Charmander here, basically remembering his youth.
And this made me miss Charmander. Charmander's so cute. I love Charmander.
Yeah, like, it's
He's
great
adorable.
that we get Charizard, because he has, like, all of the good battle moments, right? But, like, at the expense of having to lose out on Charmander, that's kind of the double-edged sword of evolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I can understand these days why a lot of Ash's Pokemon don't evolve for various reasons.
Mhm.
But definitely as a kid, I was like, come on, Squirtle. Become a Wartortle, damn it. What are you doing?
Because you just want the cool power.
I just want
but
the
it's
cool
like,
ones.
now you realize you're like, oh, but the first evolutions are often like the cutest designs. Like they're
Mhm.
really clean,
Yeah,
appealing
absolutely.
designs.
There's not many final stage evolutions that are like, oh my god, it's so adorable. Like in the same way as the
Oh my god, it's so
original.
adorable. Your little Tyrantar, or whatever that thing's called.
Tyranitar.
Tyranitar, thank you.
You were so close.
That was so close.
Anyway, yeah, so we get that flashback. There's some fun moments in there that we see. Charmander stuff, Charizard being a dick to Ash.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charizard, back in present day, stares up at the stars. His flame grows a little bit, which is a good sign. They continue to rub the gang. The gang continues to rub, not they continue to rub the gang. They're very tired.
The gang has rubbed so much that they're getting sleepy.
Yeah, Misty's passing out. Ash passes out. When the flame grows, the sun rises. Ash is asleep on Charizard. Charizard gets up without waking him, though, which
is impressive.
Impressive.
A real tablecloth pulled under the cutlery sort of move.
Yes. And so he gets up. He's all better. He's when Ash and them wake up, Charizard's standing at the shore, basically just basking in the sunlight, taking it all in.
Yeah, he's just posing.
Yeah. And he
the rubbing worked. His tail has a full flame.
He looks back at the gang, kind of smirks a little bit. What's going on with that? And then rumble, rumble, kaboom! Once again, something is happening.
Once again, something is happening. Wow, cool line.
Thank you.
Some kind of explosion. What's that? Tad runs over. Where the fuck was he? Just out for his like 6 a.m. jog? I don't know.
He was at the port. I think he was getting ready to leave, and then he saw this explosion. He was like,
okay.
Another thing? God damn it. Okay, let's go find out what that is. And so it's a giant drill. This is what Team Rocket was working on at the beginning of the episode, I guess. It scoops Pikachu up, and Tad's back.
It's not just a drill. It's like a drill tank.
Yes.
A la Dr. Robotnik from Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did this not look like something that our beloved Dr. Eggman would build?
Absolutely it would. The egg drill.
And now the egg drill, like, it can open its drill like a mouth, and that's how it swallows Pikachu. And now Pikachu is, like, inside of it in, like, a glass cage that's obviously shockproof.
I feel like splitting a drill in two like that
compromises
would lose
its integrity.
Yeah, would lose a lot of the structural integrity there.
For sure.
In terms of the drill
Strange
power.
decision.
Yeah, very, very odd. The planner only thought to think if he could, not if he should. So.
Or not if it would work.
Yeah, exactly.
But the drill goes underground, I guess. It's like running away. Ash runs at them, but Charizard speeds ahead. What's this?
It's
Ash has a
great.
teammate? Whoa.
He jumps on Charizard's back.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
kick-ass.
Love it. But also in the drill tank, in the egg drill, sorry, Meowth goes, now that we have Pikachu, nothing can possibly go wrong. Where have I heard
Immediately
that song
jinxing it.
before? Yeah. And so, yeah, we get the Charizard thing. That's cool. Back up on the surface, the drill has emerged from the mountain, but Charizard has the machine in his talons,
Ooh.
stopping it from moving.
Starts charging up a flame.
But Ash is like, no, wait. That could hurt Pikachu. Can you break into the tank? Is there any way you can do that? And so he goes for the mega kick, which is fucking sweet. Breaking the tank open.
This is a big deal. This is the first time that Charizard be written down.
Yeah. Launching Pikachu into the air, he flies up, breaks the cage with his mouth, freeing Pikachu.
Badass.
It was so good.
So now we've got Ash and Pikachu on Charizard. Well,
and then
where's the get off? I don't know. But then in classic Dr. Robotnik action, saws appear.
What the fuck was this about?
Yeah, the tank with its drill gone now has saws at the side.
Why? Like, they're trying to kill them now.
It's phase 2.
What is this?
It's phase 2. It's an endgame boss.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So it sends Charizard to the ground, knocking Ash and Pikachu off. Those two are kind of knocked out now. And then we get a really long sequence of Charizard looking at Ash.
Which made me laugh. I actually laughed out loud during this part.
They do this so much.
Because it's about like 5 or 6 zoom-ins back and forth on Ash and Charizard's faces.
And Ash isn't even awake.
No, it looked so dumb.
But it does this until his eyes glow, and then his fire grows to magnificent proportions.
Whoa.
He has unlocked the fury of 1,000 suns.
What an alpha.
And the deck says it's rage, which I don't think is correct, actually.
Well, what do you think he's doing?
Well, okay. First of all, Charmander.
First of all, I get nervous when you say first of all. Did you know that?
Charmander already learned rage.
Okay.
Earlier in the series. Bulbapedia notes in the English dub, the Pokedex incorrectly identifies Charizard's Dragon Rage as rage. So this is supposed to be Dragon Rage, not rage.
Okay. And those are different, because rage is the thing where you go berserker, don't have control. Dragon Rage is what? A special attack buff? Or what is it?
Dragon Rage does 40 damage.
Oh, it's an attack.
Yeah. It's the only dragon move in Gen 1.
Ah, I see.
Straight up.
All right, so he's going nuts with the Dragon Rage, and a giant fireball shoots out. A real Hadoken situation. Blows up the tank, and Team Rocket blasts off.
And I think they just say, oh no, or something like that. They don't say we're blasting off again.
No, they're just like, see ya. Fuck. Yeah.
Bing.
And now Ash has a great line. You're the hottest and the coolest Charizard.
Flirting with your Charizard. I know he's listening to you now, Ash, but that doesn't mean he got to go all weird on us.
And what a lame line.
Yeah. So yeah, it would seem Charizard is finally on Ash's side, and so Tad challenges him to a rematch. Charizard's in. He's down. It's going to be Charizard versus Poliwrath. And then we get the Orange Island theme song.
Yeah,
you don't hear that enough.
The opening theme, right?
Do you want to be a master Pokemon? Do you have the skills to be number one?
Wanna be the ultimate blue. Yeah, there you go. That's our rendition.
We should go on American Idol.
With just that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our welcome to our show. We do extremely poor covers of Pokemon theme songs. We only remember like half the words. It's honestly
Pokemon,
not very good.
Gotta catch up with man. Destiny.
You're my best friend in a world we can't defend.
Digimon.
Digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. I can't wait till we get to Digimon.
I can. Anyway, so it's Water Gun from Poliwrath. Charizard flies to dodge. He's listening to Ash now. Ash is commanding him. But honestly, I think Charizard was better off because then Ash commands an Ember attack when literally any other fire move would have been better than that.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I also thought, I'm like, does that even look like an Ember? I don't know.
Yeah. So water gun douses
But
it.
it hits water gun, so now we've got steam. Of course, Ember plus water gun makes steam. Steam attack. Steam sail. Christmas season. Psychological programming. Oh my god, Gabe
Big
Newell
Brother
was
is watching you.
doing it right here. He wants us to spend money.
It's 1984. Oh god. And so he lands back on the ground. Ash commands takedown, goes for it. Poliwrath goes for a mega kick. Charizard catches it in his hand.
Yeah, they like hit at the same time. Deflected. Very cool looking.
Poliwrath tries to get another ice beam off. Charizard flies again to dodge it. And then he starts flying in. Poliwrath gets ready for a body slam, but Charizard spins, knocking Poliwrath off of its feet into the air, where Charizard grabs it and seismic tosses for the win.
And I love
cool.
Charizard's seismic toss
This is great.
animation where it like shows the world. Like he's flying around the world, Superman the movie style, goes around the whole earth, smashes Poliwrath dead in the ground.
Boom! Ash has won this fight with his new listening Charizard, finally.
It's incredible. Now, I don't remember the anime beyond this point, like, at all. So, does he continue to listen?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah? This is an actual lesson that has impact. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is noted as a major event in the timeline of the anime. So this
Perfect.
is something that will keep moving forward.
That's great.
Which is excellent. So Tad congratulates him, and we're going to go
let's battle again in the league.
And so then we get a nice bit from the narrator. Though they battle in different places in different ways, the dreams of all Pokemon trainers is the same: to become a Pokemon master. Through his concern and commitment, Ash has earned Charizard's respect, and that brings his dream another step closer to coming true. Aww.
Wow, nice sentence. Thanks for grabbing that one. And then, so Ash is gloating so hard here that Charizard can't resist but flames him again.
Charizard is scratching himself with his foot. So he's balancing on one foot, and then Ash like leans on Charizard, which sends him off balance. And this pisses Charizard off. He's like, fuck you, I'm gonna flamethrower you again.
But Ash claims he can handle the heat now.
Yeah. And then we get a really cute to be continued frame. They arted up on the last frame, which I've been waiting for these to show up, because this is something that happens a lot more going into the future of the anime. But that's the episode.
All right, so literary hour. So thinking about that theme, about earned respect, but it's like where one of the characters is being, kind of rude and kind of, mean, and then kind of sees that, oh, there is a friendship here, right? Like thinks that it's about competency, but then sees how they can be better through trust and overcomes that sort of overcomes the rudeness that was sort of fueling them. And TV Tropes calls that a jerk-ass realization. Is the name of the trope. Where they realize that they're a jerk. Now, I have what I think is actually a pretty cool example of this from something really freaking cool. You want to hear about it?
Absolutely.
From the original books behind Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, yes.
Thomas and Percy got into a bitter quarrel, which started with Thomas blaming Percy for intentionally covering him in coal. And in the last book, Drip Tank, Thomas was even more unsympathetic towards Percy, calling him a drip during their argument in the sheds. This is, I'm reading verbatim off of tvtropes.com right now. So, quoting my source, after Percy rescues him from his accident with a punctured water tank, Thomas becomes ashamed of his behavior and apologizes for calling him a drip, and finally reconciles their friendship. I think that's funny as an insult, especially between two trains, right?
Fucking
a drip. It's from that point on that Thomas becomes more humble and kind throughout the series.
Ah. Beautiful.
Yeah, so Thomas is the Charizard there, and Percy is the Ash.
Thomas had never seen
what
such
a jerk
bullshit
Ash.
before. All right.
Yeah, let's
Shall we finish this up?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's our first category, Kellan?
A good mix. First category. Oh, the power of friendship.
Oh,
that's good.
Nice. It is a good power of friendship one. It's definitely the theme of we can do more together than we can apart. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's core to friendship, more powerful as a team. And there's something about the friendship sort of pulling them through hard times too, right? Like Charizard's recovery, I think, is fueled by the power of friendship. It's high. I want to go high.
Yeah.
I want to go high like a Charizard.
Yeah, the whole episode, I mean, that's the basis of the episode, is Ash's love and care for his Pokemon is what's driving the whole thing forward. It's what drives Charizard eventually to realize that, hey, maybe this kid actually does give a shit about me. Maybe I should be, nicer to him about it. Pikachu is great for that too. He's even trying to help Charizard. Charizard helps to save Pikachu.
Yeah,
it's
and the
very,
whole
very
gang kind of teaming together. I'm going 9.5.
9.5. I'm going to say, I don't know if I can go that high. I'm going to say 9.2.
Pretty close.
So that's a 9.35. Very good.
Yeah, solid score so far.
Second category will be the flavor of the featured Pokemon if it were cooked.
Ooh, a Charizard? I would eat Charizard.
Probably doesn't taste bad.
Probably tastes all right. I don't know if really many cuisines that eat lizard.
No.
I actually can't think of any. Like, I've never heard of, like, Komodo dragon meat. But that might be because of how dangerous Komodo dragons are.
But people eat, like, alligator, which is...
Yeah, I've had alligator.
Feels like it would be
It's, like, somewhere
close.
between chicken and fish. It's fine. I didn't think it was, like, that good, but it's fine.
Plus, I feel like Charizard doesn't need to be cooked that much, because he's already, like, he's got fire on him. He's, like, cooking
Charizard
himself.
sashimi.
Yeah.
There's this one...
Like, he killed a Charizard, he's already medium rare.
There's a really beautiful manga series called Drifting Dragons that's basically... It kind of feels like a period piece, sort of like a Nantucket, like, whaling era, like, of the States and England. It sort of feels like you're on board a whaling vessel, but instead it's in this world where there are islands in the sky, and the ships are airships, and they're whaling, quote unquote, for dragons. And, like, getting dragon meat is really important. And every, like, volume of the manga comes with, like, recipes, because they're, like, cooking the dragon meat, and it comes with these, like, fictional recipes and stuff. And it makes them seem so tasty. Like, there's, like, characters who are, like, really passionate about the cooking of dragon steaks and how what you do with different dragon parts. And so based on, like, those chefs, they would know what to do with a Charizard.
Yeah, and Charizard's got, like, so much meat on it. It has to. Like, look at those legs. Chonky.
Charizard wings for supper.
Oh.
Just gnawing on them. That being said, this is not... I don't want to go perfect, though. This isn't like... This is like... You could build a cuisine out of this, but, like...
It's edible, and it could taste good.
It is not my first jump of a Pokemon I would snack on, so...
No, the 10 for a featured Pokemon flavor, that's reserved for, like, Miltank, Vanillite,
Tauros,
those kind of Pokemon, yeah.
That apple pie thing.
Yeah. You really like that apple pie guy, don't
Magnemites.
you? Wait. I'm going to test your judgment there a little bit. Question your judgment.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you were listening. So I'm going to go with 7.
Yeah, I think this could be above average.
It's above average.
You know what? I'm with you. I'm 7. Yeah, 7.
7s.
So that with 9.35.
This got a good score.
That is 8.175 for Charizard
that's good.
Chills.
I feel like this is a fan favorite.
That is the second highest episode in Orange Island so far.
What's the first highest?
Meowth rules.
As he does. Lord Nearth's Island. What were the Japanese names of the episodes we reviewed today? Pikachu versus Nearth, ! And Lizardon, ! I choose you, 2 exclamation marks. Beautiful.
Well, that's what we got for this week.
All right, so Kellan, the weeks after this, I believe, are something special. You want to tell us about that?
A little different. Next week, we're not doing 2 episodes. We're not doing 3 episodes. We're not looking at a single episode of the Pokemon anime. That is because what we're looking at is Pokemon the movie 2000, The Power of One.
Wow.
Or in Japanese, Mirage Pokemon, Lugia's Explosive Birth.
Whoa. I was not expecting that subtitle. Lugia's Explosive Birth. Oh, man, I hope that he was delivered at a hospital. That is not a home birth situation.
No.
That sounds very dangerous.
But that's what we're looking at next week. From what I know, the continuity on this is that Charizard listens to Ash in the movie, and Charizard just started obeying Ash, and that is where it slots. This movie actually premiered between Bound for Trouble and Charizard Chills, but is canonically after Charizard Chills.
Oh, and premiered in Japanese
theaters.
Rotation?
In theaters.
In Japanese theaters, though, or in America?
Probably Japanese.
Yeah, probably Japanese. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Very interesting. Well, I saw that movie in theaters, but I think I was telling you that I don't remember anything
No.
about
I remember a little
it.
bit, but not a lot. It's been a long time since I've seen this one.
You did tell me it's about the birds, and that
Yes.
jarred some things, so I'll have to be thinking about
Yes.
birds.
That's next week. Join us for the movie. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a long one. We may pick it apart again into 2 parts.
Yeah, a good chance it will be.
Good chance.
We'll see.
I don't know if it'll be as heavy as the first
Yeah,
movie.
I don't know. Like, had a shit ton to say about
if
the
there's like
Mewtwo movie. Yeah.
if there's like 10 flashbacks that take up half the runtime, we'll probably do it in 1 part. But
yeah, or something we just don't want to talk about, like when
Yeah.
Articuno and Moltres just make love for half an hour. And it
yeah,
results in a bunch of steam, and we're like, yeah, what's the deal with artistic sex scenes? I'm not really
Yeah.
into those. in
I don't
movies.
know how it got a G rating in the West. That was very strange.
The bird calls are still haunting me. Like, what? Oh, God. Well, that's what you have to look forward to.
A lot of bird calls.
All right, so let us know how you're enjoying the podcast. You can leave comments on the YouTube video. The channel that the YouTube videos go on is Hydra Leech. Also, the TikTok that Kellan runs is Hydra Leeches. That is where you'll find the Pokemon anime error recaps. You can email us at Kill A Delibird. And then, of course, the audio-only formats are wherever you find podcasts or download it. Twitter, we are on Twitter. Our handle is Kill A Delibird. What else? Intro and outro music is a synthwave by Alexi Action. Did I get them all? Did I catch them all, Kellan? Did I catch all the social media?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of black out when you do your little outro bit. So
As you should.
Yeah.
But I hope you don't black out during the main episode.
No promises.
All right. Well, we're all blacking out, and by that I mean good night. See ya.
Oh.